a curve. It will be the beginning.
Welcome to Mahoney's Growing in Woburn, Massachusetts. Here we grow a variety of annuals, perennials, tropicals, herbs and vegetables. All these plants feed into our greenhouses across the state in all 7 locations. So a lot of the Uncle Mike's varieties are done by seed. You know, we do some by plugs and we do some by seed. A lot of the quick germinating stuff that's really easy to germinate. Basil and cucumbers. In this case, peas. There's a whole bunch of peas. They start here, then they go into the incubation chamber. This is the incubation chamber. So the lighting in here is intended to germinate the seeds quickly. So we wet them down. They provide, it's LED lighting with a little bit of heat and whole lots of light coming from all sides and locations. You get it to germinate quicker. So they'll spend a few days in here and then jump out into the greenhouse. And it's also good as a sun tanning booth. That's why I get such a good suntan.
Okay, this is our propagation house. They come in as cuttings, unrooted cuttings, and we stick them in Jiffy pellets and water them in, and we grow roots. Jiffy is a brand, so they're a peat pellet, a peat moss pellet, and they're compressed, and they have this little outer lining around them. We get them in, they're about this big, and then you water them in and they expand. So the pellets, it's great for shipping, low cost shipping. And I really like the substrate for rooted cuttings because the roots you see come grow at the sides and they get plenty of oxygen, and they don't get root bound in an enclosed pot. So yeah, they grow great, nice and healthy. And we get them in these strips. And every week I get, depending on the year, between 20 and 50,000 cuttings. Everything is stuck by hand. So I have a great group of team members. And if you want to come down, I'll show you what they're propping today. Silka and Sandy and Valentina. Valentina is another international student. A great team. They're my top performers propagating here along with Joanna. And so this is what we do. We have a rooting hormone and we just dip the plant material into the rooting hormone and then we stick it into the moistened Jiffies. And then they go under the mist and also onto the heated benches. Not everything can come in as a unrooted cutting. A lot of what you saw earlier was started by seed. We do it in some tissue cultured material, but this is my bread and butter. So this whole house is automated. We have the shade cloth and the mist system on a computer program. And after we plant the cuttings, I can set the mist depending on the weather and sunshine, how much mist we need to keep them nice and moist, keep them alive and turgid. So then the shade cloth, when it's a sunny day like today, will automatically open and close. Sometimes the cloud passes by, it starts opening a little and then shuts. But yeah, we want to keep a nice humid environment for the cuttings. It takes about a week and you start seeing callus material at the end of the cutting. That's just a group of cells ready to put roots out. And so we lower the mist, and that encourages more root production. And so it'll take about a week to start seeing some roots, and then about 4 weeks, and I send it up to the plant line. We've got some material product already started. These have been in for a couple of weeks. Some things put roots on super fast, and they're ready to go. These guys will get a little pinch. That'll help them branch out more, fill up the pot. So this is where it starts, and then this one is fully rooted. And we'll get this down to the plant line, and it'll end up in one of these beautiful baskets.
That line, that line.
Good. Thank you very much. Have a good day. My name is Pilar. I'm from Uruguay. I'm currently doing the CAP internship. It's my second time at Mahoney Garden Center, and now I'm running the plant lines. We are doing 2 lines at the same time right now, and we just got new plaques. Today we unload around 400 trays of plaques, and now we keep having more, so let's go. Let's put it there. We can just put it there and then we move it around. It's where we keep the plugs. It's close to the plant line, so it's kind of like handy to have them here. And like if you can see, here is a whole cart just full of different tomatoes. We like to put them in different shelves, so when we are planting, it's not confusing for us. As you can see, we can have like 200, or sometimes some varieties can have 1,000 plants just of that one. We also put the barcode, so if we think about it, it's the beginning of how we're gonna sell it. Like I start here with the barcode and the sticker in the pot, and then that pot goes to the 7 different locations, and then it's the pot that the person will get. I will call it line because it starts since we put the plastic, empty plastic, goes get the sticker so it gets labeled, and then goes through the other machine and get the soil. And then after the soil, we usually have, it's usually ladies, but we also have like gentlemen doing it. They have one side and another side. They plant at the same time, and there is more people putting another tag that is like the tag of how it will look, that plant. And after that, we put them in carts, and that will be like the end of the process of the line. And after that is going to the greenhouse.
I'm Ashley, I'm the assistant grower here. I'm in charge of making sure the plants are looking nice and healthy with no pest or disease issues, just overlooking things under the direction of Kaylin, the head grower, just to make sure everything's looking nice. So once the plants go through the plant line, they get brought into the greenhouses, and from there we just take the time to grow them up to size until they're shipped to the store. So that includes watering every day, scouting for pests weekly, fertilizing every time we water, we do pH testing, just making sure the plants are really nice and healthy before they get sent out to the stores. So weekly we scout all the greenhouses for pest insects and diseases, but we scout for the pest insects using scouting cards like this. So there's squares on here, and every week we go through, count what we're seeing on there, what normal levels are like, as around there. And once something gets to an abnormal level is when we'll step in with some beneficial insects or a spray if we need to. So we really try to use a lot of beneficial insects here. So those are insects that either feed on pest insects, or it's kind of gross, but they lay their eggs inside the pest insects. So then we have more beneficial insects here. We try to do that for our first line of defense for pests. It's a really sustainable and it's a good way to keep our pests down. We use a bunch of different ones. We use different wasps for aphids and things like that. And then we use our banker plants through the stores and throughout here to keep those good bugs here. These sachets have predatory mites in them that help control thrip larvae. These will be in all of the hanging baskets, and the mites will come out of this tiny pinhole right here. They'll come out for a few weeks while the hanging baskets are hanging up in the greenhouses and at the stores, and they really help control the thrip population while they're in the air where we can't regulate them as much. So this is another type of beneficial insects we use here in Woburn. There's two types of parasitic wasps, Encarsia and Eretmoceras. These prey on whiteflies. These help keep the population down in the prop house and all the greenhouses. We place them around 1 every 100 square feet in the greenhouses, and these wasps will lay eggs inside the whiteflies and help control the population that way.
So there's a bunch of different tomatoes we have. Geez, I don't even know. I wish I knew how many tomatoes we carry. We grow a bunch of different tomatoes. We also buy on the outside for varieties that we don't have, but we do have a lot of hybrids, a lot of heirlooms, and we have dwarf plants. We have sauce type, large type. In some cases, we'll grow, some of the more expensive varieties in a larger size. All different types, anything you can imagine, you can find in the line. This is a good example how we stagger crops, so we have them at different times a year. Here's some broccoli right here, and the same broccoli right here that's meant for a couple weeks later. This one here is ready to and shipping right now. This one will ship in another week or two.
My name is Tamara Akvitsiani. I'm from country of Georgia, and I've been an intern here in 2020, 1 year internship, and Mahoney is giving us that chance to also improve our skills and give them our experience too. So now we have a New Guinea, some patients, 306, soon gonna start geraniums, and a lot of hanging baskets, lobelias, cavalla, calibracula, everything, and huge hanging baskets, most 16-inch hanging baskets. So everything we are pulling out to the loading dock, and then we want to make sure everything is watered nicely, everything is good quality to send each garden centers. So we have our shipping team, and we are getting shipping tickets from the garden centers, and then our shipping team is trying to pull out everything from the different greenhouses. We have a list for each garden center, perennials, annuals, and veggies. So everything comes here, and we are arranged nicely on the skinny carts, and then super carts too for the big hanging baskets. So we want to make sure everything looks really nice, everything is water and ready to go to garden center and then for the customers. And it's good to see I think customers gonna like how everything grows, and I think everyone is trying to do their best. It starts from the prop and ending up for the shipping in this area.
So after working in retail and coming over here, it's really cool to see where all the plants in the store come from and how they get to look like how they do in the stores. So I've really enjoyed seeing the entire process from cuttings or plugs all the way up to finished plants, and then seeing customers enjoying the plants is a really cool process, and I love the whole production of it all.